This video was made possible by EA Creator Network. Hello everyone, it's your girl xViva and welcome back to my channel and welcome to yet another video. And in this video I'm going to be giving y'all my honest opinions, or should I say a overview of the new game pack that came out for The Sims 4 called Werewolves. So thank you so much for EA for giving me a copy of this game pack early, even though I'm doing this video the same day the pack came out. I only got to play with the pack for like 3 hours, so I really didn't get to deep dive into it like I wanted to because we didn't have enough time to do it beforehand and I was busy, and you know, packs, breaking the game, all that type of stuff, it limited my time. So I only played around with the pack for like 3 hours. So in this video I'm basically going to be rating certain aspects of the pack and showing y'all gameplay of me playing around with the pack, give you the breakdown of what I did in the 3 hours that I played and how much I accomplished. So I'm just going to show y'all what I've done with the 3 hours of gameplay that I have with it. I did not get to experience everything, but I'm going to show you how far I got into the pack within 3 hours and give y'all my opinion about the pack and how I feel about it. Even though y'all do know that I am not an occult player, but I decided to play around with the pack to give y'all, you know, some content and let y'all see what the pack is all about. And then y'all could tell me y'all opinions about it as well in the comment section below. So this is going to be one video about werewolves. I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible of covering werewolves without going in great detail, so y'all could just get a gist about the pack. So let's go ahead, let's get into it. Let's start talking about werewolves. But before we get started, you already know what I'm going to say. Go ahead and like up this video. I've been gone for a while. If you really miss me, if you really did, you will like up this video right now and go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into The Sims 4 Werewolves. Alright, so the first aspect we're going to talk about is create a sim. I'm not going to spend that much time on it because, like I said, this is supposed to be a quick overview. So I created this sim right here. Her name is Calypso Wolf. If you want to download her, you absolutely can off of the gallery. My origin ID is xVivaYTx. Go ahead and download Calypso if you really want to. You will get her in her beast form that you will see later on in this video. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Y'all know I'm a CC player. I like to use my CC. But for the sake of this video, I decided just to create this sim with the objects that came with create a sim for werewolves itself. And honestly, the clothing, I like it. My honest opinion, they're actually cute. I like the styling. I wish there was more. I'm showing y'all on the screen right now. I'm just showing y'all like the female clothes. I didn't even look at the male clothing or kids or toddlers, so I'm gonna save that for y'all to do. But honestly, truthfully, I like the styling of the clothes. They're cute. I wish there was more, like I said before. I'm gonna go ahead and rate it out of 10, like 1 to 10. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 7, which is really high and shocking to be honest, because y'all know me, I don't use pack clothes. But if I had to rely on it, I wouldn't be mad about this pack. I feel like this pack is worth at least the clothing aspect. Like, I really enjoy the clothing a lot. I'm not even showing you all the female clothing at this point, but trust me, the styling is cute. So it could have been an 8 out of 10, but since I feel like they could have added a little bit more clothing, I'm gonna keep it at a 7, which is not that bad. Also in Create a Sim, there's no new traits to my knowledge, and also we have 5 new aspirations that come with this pack, but you only see 1 in Create a Sim because you have to unlock the other 4 as you progress through the pack. So the one that we get in Create a Sim, I believe it's called like Wolf Initiative or something like that. I could be saying the wrong thing, but it's something like that. But it's 5 new aspirations in this pack. So let's go ahead and move on to the new world. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the new world that came with werewolves. It is called Moonwood Mill, and this is what it looks like from the world selection screen right here. You can see the little icon. It got like a little werewolf scratch going across it, which I think is really cool. But anyways, here is the overview map. Aesthetically, it's very pleasing to me. It's calling me. But Moonwood Mill is a small world, which I expected it to be because this is only a game pack. It's not like it's an expansion pack or anything like that. We only have 5 lots, as you can see. One is a library, one is a bar, one is an empty lot that you could do whatever you want with it. Then we have 2 residential lots. One is like you know, one for your Sims to move in is empty and the other one has like a pre-made family in it. So that's all we have for that. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, James Turner made the community lots. He might have made all the lots, I'm not really sure, but I know for sure he made the community lots. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about Moonwood Mill. Y'all should be seeing some B-roll. Yes, B-roll of certain points here in this world. And y'all, I believe I said it in my reaction video, my reaction to the werewolf trailer. If I say vampires by mistake anytime in this video, I'm so sorry. I cannot wrap my head around of saying werewolf and not vampire. Sometimes excuse me. But anyways, let's get back into it. So this world I absolutely love. I love the scenery, I love the setting, I love the aesthetic, I like the concept. This is for me, this is something that I love. It's so naturey. Is that even a word? Just look how gorgeous this world is. Like, look at this B-roll, y'all. Like, I could do this all day. I could just go around and look at this world all day. I love it so much. It is so pleasing to the eye. Like, you get this feeling that you're actually there. I can't explain it. It's just, they did good with this world. It's like Granite Falls almost, but like a darker side. You know what I'm saying? So it's like so many aspects that I love about it. It's like I like the nature feel of it so much, and then it's like everything around you is like run down or like dirty or like grungy or like filthy. It's like trash everywhere. It's freaking rats. I don't even know if I have a rat on the screen or even record one of the rats or whatever. It's like rats. But also at the same time, it's like peaceful because you're out in the middle of the woods in nature. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but this has had to be like one of my favorite worlds. And I just wish we could get something bigger than this as like a full-on like residential world. Like, I'll be so happy about this. But this world, absolutely love. I absolutely love it even better once it gets nighttime because it becomes like foggy. It's so pleasing, and then you can see like the moon in the sky. It's so great. And now we have like lunar phases in the game with the free update, so now we have a whole lunar cycle, so you can see the different phases of the moon. And it's so appealing. Like the lighting, it changed the lighting a little bit in the game. It gives this such ambiance. I can't even explain. I don't want to talk about this world so much, but I'm letting y'all know I really truly love this world. I just wish it was bigger. But even though it only has 5 lots, it feels bigger than what it is when you're actually playing, because there's a lot of walking, there's a lot of places that your Sims can explore and reach. So it make it feel like it's open world. It feels more of course it's not actually open world, but it really feels like that. It's like semi-open world. It has an open world feeling to it because of how much walking and destinations that your Sims can actually reach, that it feels open world. And then there's this lake. It's a really big, decent sized lake too that your Sims could like swim in. You could fish in it. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna stop talking about it because I feel like I'm spending way too much time talking about this world. I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just shut up right now. I can't even put everything that I'm thinking into correct words or sentences to even form to express to y'all how much I actually like this world. I'm so sorry that I talked so long about it. I'm so sorry. So I'm just gonna stop right here. Just know I absolutely love this world. I'm gonna go ahead and rate it. Moonwood Mill from 1 to 10. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It could have been a 10 out of 10, like I said, if it had more lots, but since it's only have 5 lots, it's a smaller world. I'm gonna just go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10. So let's go ahead and move on to some actual gameplay now. All right, so now y'all should be seeing some actual gameplay of me playing around with the pack. So like I said, this is just going to be a quick breakdown of what I've done, like step by step with 3 hours. So hopefully you're able to accomplish this or even more than what I did in only the 3 hours that I played with the pack. So when I first started playing, I didn't know where to go, what to do, who to talk to. So I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I looked at my aspiration, which you should always do. It will help you out to kind of guide you in the right direction of what you should do when you first get into, you know, some new gameplay. So the first aspiration I actually have in front of me now, because I believe I called it Werewolf Initiative. I wasn't that far off. It's actually called Werewolf Initiate, which is not that far off. So it's basically the same thing, tomato. So with this aspiration, it told me the things that I need to do. So the first one is become a werewolf, level up to like a runt in your werewolf abilities. And I had to read 3 werewolf books, and I had to experience a full moon. So I decided the first thing I was going to do is to start off by reading the werewolf books. I had to read 3 of them. So right now you see that my sim, we here at the library, getting in, getting out, reading in. And the fun thing about reading these werewolf books, that they actually reveal a lot of lore, or the story of Moonwood Mill, which is cool. This world has a big lore to it that I did not deep dive into to be able to explain the whole thing to you, but I'm letting you know there's a lot of lore that's behind this world, and you can learn it through playing the actual pack, by reading these books and actually talking and socializing with the sims here in this world. How am I going to find a werewolf or something in order for my sim to be able to become a werewolf? There are 3 different ways that you could become a werewolf in this pack, and I decided to do like one of the longer ways, I guess. I mean, it's not really the longest way, I can't really say that for sure, but I decided to try in the game to become a werewolf, if that makes sense. So there's 3 ways. Like I said, the easiest way is to go ahead and make your sim a werewolf and create a sim and create their beast form right then and there. I decided not to do that. I want to actually figure out how to do it and see it happen in game. So that's way number 1. Way number 2, you could randomly get bitten by a werewolf. I don't know how frequent that is or what causes that to happen. Maybe encountering a enraged werewolf, or when they're going through their fury temperament could be so you might accidentally get bitten by one, but I don't know how frequent that would happen. So that's another way. And then the third way is to ask a werewolf to bite you so you could become a werewolf. So that's what I decided to do. So as you are exploring around this world, there is this board. Now they tend to do this board thing a lot recently in worlds, like in Mount Komorebi or Granite Falls, those type of worlds. There is a board that always give you more information about the pack in the world itself. So on this board, it gives you more information about Moonwood Mill itself. It also gives you an advisory about werbees, or kind of like rabies, I guess. So like if a werewolf bites you that you didn't ask to be bitten, you'll get werbees or werbees. It's something like that. I don't know if I'm saying it right. So basically you're infected at this point, and you could potentially turn or transform into a werewolf. If you don't want that to happen, you could go to the bar and they have like this drink that you could take to, you know, heal yourself, or kind of like a remedy, so you won't turn into a werewolf. But anyways, also on this board, it gives you information about the 2 wolf packs that are in the world. The first one is the Wild Fangs, which is the free-spirited group when it comes to wolf packs, which the leader is Rory, which we'll talk a little bit, or you will see Rory a little bit later in the video, like right after I'm done talking about this. And then the second wolf pack is called the Moonwood Collective, which the leader of that pack is Christopher. They are the more dignified group, if that's the right word I would like to use. You will see, you could stop and pause the video and read more information about the packs. So I ended up going to the bar later that night. I don't even remember what's the name of the bar. I'm so sorry, but I went to the bar and I actually like it. It's like the bar is like this like rustic, eccentric like bus and it's like a bar in it. I actually love it so much. I think it's the cutest thing. Like a lot of the stuff in this pack, I find it cute, which I don't know if that's what they was going for, but for me, I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute. But anyways, as we was there hanging at the bar, I was checking out, see like if there was any new drinks or any new foods. I think it was like a couple new foods, but new drinks I really couldn't tell because I really don't be getting different drinks for my sims, because I can't tell if there's like a new drink in there or not. But anyways, as I was doing that, Rory freaking came up to my sim and started initiating a conversation with her in like her beast form. So I was like, I guess Rory is taking initiative and made a decision for me of what pack I should even attempt to be a part of. So I'm guessing Rory said, come to my pack, come to the Wild Fangs. And I'm like, okay, sweet. So I just started socializing with Rory, trying to, you know, up a friendship with her because I know it's going to be really important later in the future, which it was, in order to ask her to bite me so I could become a werewolf and to be able to join her wolf pack. So yeah, that happened. So of course, the next day I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to be going to the Wild Fangs. And they actually dress differently. Like you could tell the difference between the two packs. Like they have their own different hangouts, like they like on opposite sides of the world. And both Rory and Lou is another character, he's a part of the pack, was there in their beast form. And I just started to really have my sim to socialize with them, to build up a friendship with them, because if you want to do certain things, you have to have a certain relationship with that werewolf or your pack leader or whatever. So it's like I couldn't even be a part or even ask to be friends with the Wild Fangs unless I was at a certain relationship status with Rory. So that's what I did. I spent a lot of time. It took me longer than I would like to, but I spent a lot of time interacting with Rory and Lou to build up my friendship with the both of them, to help me be able to ask Rory to bite me so I could turn into a werewolf and then I could be able to join the pack. So it took me a while, longer than what I would like it to, but that's really because I was playing in the summertime. I don't know why I picked summer. So it was like super hot outside, so she'll be burning up and I had to like go inside and leave Rory and come back, or it would be raining. It was raining a lot while I was playing. I don't know why. I don't know if that was just Moonwood Mill for you. I don't know. But anyways, I think that Rory and Lou are the cutest pre-made sims I ever seen. I think they are so cute when they're in like their normal form, and also their beast forms are cute too, but especially in their normal forms, they're like the cutest sims. And I feel like I want to like give them makeovers and play with them in some kind of way or whatever, but I think they're really, really cute. But anyways, we're gonna speed up and I'm gonna get to the point where I finally built up enough friendship with Rory where she would finally accept the fact that I wanted her to bite me and she was going to go ahead and do it. So one night I was out there hanging out with them and I just went ahead and asked her, because I was like, I have to be at a good relationship status with her now in order for her to accept to bite me. And it happened, y'all. It happened. I asked her and she accepted. And I was like, yes, finally, like, thank you. Finally, Rory, thank you. This is all I've been asking for. I have to become a werewolf. So she accepted it and she finally bit me. And this is what it looks like. I really wanted to get a good angle, so I kind of paused so I could kind of see exactly what was going on. But she bit me kind of like on my shoulder. And it gives off a red glare or a red glow on where you was bitten. I actually like the animation a lot. Hopefully I'm showing it correctly on the screen right now. But she bit me, and of course you're gonna get these mulets from being bitten. She like howled and stuff, and then her and Lou went to sparring. She actually took a picture to be like, look at the work that I did. I bit her, y'all. She like took a picture of it. But Rory and Lou, they started like sparring against one another while I'm just here like, thank you for biting me, girl. But yeah, she bit me and I was like, yes, finally. I can't even remember exactly what the mulets are. They will be showing on the screen so y'all can read it, but I'm not actually looking at the gameplay. I'm just talking from memory of what I know, what happened. Hopefully it's aligning with the gameplay. I'm not trying to ramble too much, but I want to at least be talking long enough to go along with whatever clip that I'm showing. So I'm sorry. I hope y'all still here watching the video and y'all enjoying it, because y'all know I be all over the place. Anyways, I decided, it was really late at this point. I decided that, okay, we got bitten. We're gonna go home and go to sleep, take a rest. That's a big mistake. That's something it was a big mistake. This is something that you have to pay attention to or be aware of if you're playing this pack. say that you got bit, don't allow your sim to go to sleep after they've been bitten, because they start to go through like effects. They start feeling the effects that they were bitten. So their hunger start to plummet very, very fast. So if they're sleeping and their hunger is dropping as quickly as it does after they've been bitten, they will actually just die from starvation. Like they'll wake up and die of starvation. And that's actually what happened to my son. I had to restart. I'm glad I didn't say I had to restart, but she actually died because she was sleeping and she was starving to death and she just woke up and died. That was so sad. So I will advise you to not do that. Don't make the same mistake that I did. So I just had to like keep an eye on it and like keep cheating her hunger up while she was sleeping. So it takes about 12 hours for your sim, like roughly around 12 hours. I was thinking it might be 24, but it doesn't take that long. Like roughly around 12 hours, your sim would actually transform. If you're not like wearing a top and you can actually see the spot where they was bitten, you can actually see a bite mark on their arm. But as soon as Calypso woke up, she ate, because I was trying to get her hunger up a little bit. It was still dropping a lot, very fast. And then shortly after she was done, she started to feel the effects. The little mullet was counting down. I was like, this must be the moment that she's gonna transform into a werewolf. And was it an event? Homegirl had the animation of her transforming, and then she just went wild. She transformed into a werewolf, and she was completely in her fury form. She was enraged because this is her first time being a werewolf. She just transferred into one. She has no control over herself. So she went rampant. She was glowing red. Now her beast form I wasn't a fan of. I was like, ugh, what is this? But you know, it is what it is. I customize it later. But like, she was enraged. She was just, I didn't have autonomy on fully, so I made sure I turned it on. And once I did that, she went on a full-on rage. She was just running around all over the place, howling, breaking things, smashing things. She tore up her whole house, broke everything. I was just mind boggled. I was like, oh my God. It was actually very entertaining to watch. And she was like that for like, I want to say like a good 3 hours. She was enraged and just running around crazy, breaking things. It was wild. It was mad. It was crazy. But finally, she did get to calm down. But by the time she did that, I should have kept recording, but I caught it at the end. She ended up going up to like the top peak of that like mountain or structure, cliff. I will say a cliff. Like the peak of that cliff. And she came out of it naked, supposed to be naked, but I've had some new CC added to my game and it was like marked as naked outfits. I will fix that later. But she comes out of it naked and she's like confused. She's back into like her normal human form, and she's like confused and scared because she don't know what just happened to her because she just transformed. And I think that was a really, really nice detail of how they did that with the whole transforming into a werewolf and then going back to your regular form and being scared of yourself because you don't know what just happened. Okay, so now I'm finally back in Creative Sim, customizing Calypso's beast form, or her werewolf side, if you want to call it that. And in Creative Sim, you're able to customize your werewolf more than I expected. I wanted to do a like full black wolf, kind of like a storm type thing for Calypso, but I was like, if I make an all black werewolf, is gonna be kind of hard to see when it's nighttime, so I decided to make her a white wolf instead. And when you customizing your werewolf, you could change like their nose and their eyes and the eye color and their ears and like their lips and their nose and their body shape and like their fur. You could change the different patterns of their fur and different colors as well. And also you're able to customize them and paint on them like you're able to do with cats and dogs in Creative Sim. Now, I'm no pro with doing this. I'm not good at doing this. I'm not creative enough to even like design and customize a werewolf or a cat and dog to this caliber. Is like, I don't know what I want to do exactly. I'm not that creative when it comes to this. So I just did something. I mean, it's not the best, so I'm sorry I'm not that great at this, but I decided to customize her werewolf a little bit to make it a little bit cuter. It's not the best, so don't judge me too much, but I added like some purple to the head with like moons and stars and stuff, and I didn't know what else to do. I ain't gonna cap to you. I didn't want to be like a regular werewolf, but I want to be a little bit different, you know, stand out a little bit. And I think it was still cute. Could have did better, but it's okay. So also something that I learned about when you're doing this is to unlink your beast form from your human form of your sim. Because if you don't, wherever changes that you make, like especially like the physical aspects, like if you change the nose and move the nose or the eyes or the lips, it will affect your human sim form if you don't if you don't unlink it. So if you come out of creative sim, you're like, darn, why my sim look completely crazy and different? Is because you have it linked, and it's linked by default, so you want to unlink it. I made that mistake, and Calypso was looking crazy in her human form after I came out, so I had to redo it. Gotta learn with the pack, y'all. Gotta learn. But anyway, so this is the creative sim, what it looks like when you could, you know, customize your werewolf. So I think she okay. Could have did better, like I said, but she's still cute or whatever, you know. It's not what I really had envisioned, but you know, this is what we did. So now let's go ahead and jump back out into some gameplay and actually start playing around with werewolves and see what we can do. So straight out the gate, as soon as I got back into the game, I went ahead and transformed into my beast form to see what it looks like in game, and she's still very, very cute. So now, as you can see in your knees area, it looks completely different because now we're a werewolf, and you can see the design is different. It looks really, really nice. And at the bottom, you have ability points, and you also have this like progression bar, which I believe is the same as how like it was in vampires. You know, like your vampires have different abilities and they unlock ability points to get certain abilities as they do vampire things and progress of being a better vampire. It's the same thing for werewolves. So if I click on it, I'm gonna click on it eventually. But the other things in that tab, it shows your fury meter and it also show your temperaments. You get, I believe, 4 temperaments. I'll show y'all at the end of the video all 4 of them that I got. I only got 2 right now, but I'm not really focusing on that. So here go the screen where it shows your werewolf abilities. So on the left side, it shows you the type of werewolf you are. You start off as a pup. As soon as I transformed into my beast form for the first time, I went from a pup to a runt. So it goes pup, runt, prime, veteran, and then apex. By the end of me playing for 3 hours, I made it to veteran. I made it to a veteran werewolf. So as for your werewolf abilities, there are 25 of them. I can't even remember the exact number of how many abilities I unlocked and I had by the time I was done playing after 3 hours. Which, like I said, I didn't fully unlock everything. I didn't get to the top werewolf that I could be. I'm only showing y'all what I've done in the 3 hours that I played, but I will show you at the end of the video because I'm pretty sure there's a clip of me showing everything. And then on the right side, there is dormant abilities where you have to do certain things to unlock them, or have a certain trait to unlock certain dormant abilities. You already get one at the beginning, and I had the one that's at the bottom right. I can't remember the name of it. I will have it by the end of the video, but I only ended up with 2 dormant abilities, I know for sure, by the time at the end of this video. So now that you're a werewolf, you get werewolf interactions and you unlock more as you get certain abilities that allow you to have more interactions. So from the gate, I show y'all, I think I chose like 1 or 2 abilities. I can't remember what they were, but I'm pretty sure it was like wolf nap, which allow you to sleep on the ground, which I think is a really key animation, and mark your territory. So your werewolf could basically like pee anywhere. So I have like wolf nap, mark territory, groom self. I think I chose groom self as well. So you could like lick yourself like a cat and keep yourself clean, which will build up your hygiene. You could howl and you could return to your normal form. And you could also like dig in the ground. I think it's like scavenge. You could like dig holes in the ground and you will like find things, and you could like sell those things or give those things to help with the resources for whatever pack that you're in, which I will explain more in that a little bit later. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. The more you improve your werewolf and unlock abilities, the more different werewolf interactions you will have. All right, so even though at this point I am a werewolf and Rory actually bit me and whatever, I'm still not a part of the wild things yet. You still have to do a little bit more before you consider a part of the pack. So I went back to Rory and I basically had to be like, still ask her or prove myself to be a part of the pack. So you have to do like a trial. You gotta do like 3 trials. And from the options that I had, I did the 3 that I did was I had to give her like an uncommon like artifact or something like that, which that's easy to do. All you had to do is like scavenge on the ground, whatever you dig up. If it's uncommon or rare, give it to her. That's easy. The next one I did, I demonstrated scavenging, which that was easy. And then the last one, I had to spar with Rory, but for some reason it wasn't working. Like I did it like twice and she just like walked away from me and she was like, girl, you was weak, you cannot spar with me or something like that. So I tried to do it with Lou and he was like, no, you gotta do that with the pack leader, which is Rory. So it took me like 3 times, but I finally did get to spar with her. Hopefully it's like showing on the screen at this point. But like I said, it was raining a lot when I was playing and it was like making me mad. Like, why is it raining so much? But anyways, I did finally get to spar with her after it took me a while. But I sparred with her. I can't even tell you exactly who won or not. I don't know if it was me or her, to be honest, at this point. But anyways, we did that. And then I was accepted into the pack just like that. And I was excited. So I was just hanging out around there doing, you know, my werewolf thing. But it's like you have to continue to improve the pack in order to be a part of the pack. So I can see from this pop-up, she was like, remember, you gotta embrace all your aspect of the werewolf life and whatever. And I was like, sounds good. And then I unlocked some things. It's at the top of the corner. But you have rankings within the pack itself. Your first rank is Omega, and that's what I started off as. By the time that I finished my 3-hour like session, I only went up 1 level and I went to a I believe it's called Delta. I think I went up to Delta. But like at the hangout, there's like different interactions. You have these wolf pack interactions where you could do certain things. Like you could ask for mentorship. You could ask about a certain rank. You could give like pack mates like gifts and stuff that will help your growth in rank. You got to do these things in order to like rank up in your pack. You have to like keep in good relationship with them. You have to spar with them. You have to give them gifts. You have to bring resources to your hangout like food or artifacts or whatever you have. You could also like sleep here. You could use the bathroom here. You could rest here. You could just hang out. I like the little hangout animations, like really, really cute. But you have to keep doing that in order to improve your hangout. And as you go up in the ranking, you're able to do a lot more, which I can't really showcase you that because I only went up 1 rank before I was like, okay, I'm done. Okay, so at this point, the last thing I had to do to complete my first aspiration was I had to experience a full moon as a werewolf. And let me tell y'all, this was the highlight of the 3 hours that I played around with this pack. The full moon, the events that went down was crazy to me. So when it's a full moon, which it didn't even take that long, it happened on like the first Thursday of that week. It was a full moon and all the werewolves, we was out at the bar, all the werewolves fury bars went at max capacity. So that means every single werewolf in the world was on fury mode. They was all in range and they was all running around causing havoc. Y'all already know, I already showed y'all what happens when they are in range. So Calypso was going around breaking everything once again. And I was trying to keep my eyes out on the other werewolves because I did go out with Rory and Lou. So, but I couldn't really keep up with them because I was so more focused on Calypso. But child, it got crazy. It got real crazy. Calypso ended up getting into a fight / a brawl. Actually, I show you the werewolf hangout on the lot right there. I never went into it, but I do show it to y'all. I knew I had to at least show it off at some point. But anyways, back to the full moon. So all the werewolves are like running around, and Calypso, it was on site with us. We got into a fight in a brawl / brawl with a spellcaster. I knew it was a spellcaster, even though I didn't play that much with that pack. I know which sim is a spellcaster. Okay, so we got into a brawl with a spellcaster. We got into a brawl with a vampire. It was all beef with me on this end. So then you could like just basically go around fighting everybody. You could snarl at like the regular like sims. I was like snarling at them and like scaring them. They was like running away and stuff. It was crazy. Like a full moon night is my favorite night out of this pack. Like ain't nothing much happen with the other moon phases, but with a full moon, it's crazy. I can't even say if I exactly won my fights, but I won my fights. Like that spellcaster, she got the hands. She was badly bruised. She was scared at this point. She didn't know what she got herself into, but she got beat up. That vampire got beat up. But the crazy thing is, before I even got to the vampire, when I turned my camera around and when I saw just a bunch of sim bodies laid out on the ground, I was like, yo, what happened? Like, I don't know what exactly happened to them. I don't know if the other werewolves was like chasing them or attacking them, biting them. I don't know exactly what happened because I just wasn't looking that way. But it was just a bunch of sims just passed out on the ground. I don't know if they passed out because they were scared of the werewolves. I don't know exactly what happened. But I was like, yo, what is going on? Hold up. I want to experience, excuse my computer. I want to experience another full moon night so I could pay more attention. But like the werewolves, they was like chasing people. I got in a fight with a vampire. I'm pretty sure I won that fight with the vampire, but he seemed like he was unfazed about it. But I'm pretty sure I won that fight with the vampire as well. The animation was way more exciting to look at between the vampire versus the spellcaster. But yo, a full moon night is hectic. And I want to experience it again so bad. But I did beat up that vampire. Something serious. But that's really how the night went. Like all the werewolves was like on a tear throughout the whole world, just messing with everybody, causing havoc, and I loved every single second of it. I really did. All right, so to the last portion of this video. So in this world, there is a character called Greg, and you have to find Greg. Greg lives in this house like way out, well, not way out there, but privately, and they got all these warning signs. Don't come to Greg property, but I'm showing y'all in this video. So I go to see Greg. Greg is this werewolf, this very, very big, powerful, angry werewolf. He's a lone wolf, and a part of my second aspiration is to like win. I think it's part of my aspiration, or it's a part of my wolf pack to up my rank. I can't remember exactly. And it's to win a fight against Greg. So I gotta go see Greg, and I'm like, okay, we could do this. As soon as I transformed into my beast form, Greg pounced on me like it was no tomorrow. He jumped me. I'm like, Greg, darn, you don't even give me a chance to breathe. I didn't even fully switch to my form, and you just jumped me like that. And he beat up Calypso really bad. I feel so bad for her because the beating that he put on little Calypso, like little Calypso, that's a newbie at being a werewolf. Fitness is only like a level 2, level 3 at this point. Trying to go against big bad old Greg, and she got beat up really bad. He didn't have to beat her up as bad as he did, but he did, and I'm sorry I even put her through that. Like, look at her bruises. Look at her body. Like, she is hurt bad, but we still cute though. But he beat us up so bad. And I was like, you know what? I'm done playing. I'm done. This is where I'm going to stop. Because at this point, I have no words. But I still had a few words because I went to fight him again and got beat up again a second time. Like I didn't learn from my first time. Greg said, fuck around and find out. That's basically what Greg said twice. And it took me 2 times to learn. I didn't go back for a 3rd time. I was done after that. So this is the end of my gameplay for playing around with werewolves. And it's crazy. But anyways, I'm going to show y'all how far I got being a werewolf before I was like, okay, I'm done. Will I go back and try to fully complete it? I don't know. I'm not a occult player. But I'm going to go ahead and show y'all how I left off. So by the time I was done, I earned 2 new traits. I earned the Fanged Friend and the Lunar Confidant. Those were traits that I unlocked as I was improving as a werewolf. Of course, you could stop and read them. I'm trying to stop and read myself. I ended up, my fury was almost there. I'm probably mad because I got beat up by Greg, but I end up with 4 temperaments. I have wolf brain. There's like, I don't know exactly how many different temperaments there are, but it's a lot. So it's random of what you get. Depending on like different aspects of your sim and what you do in the game, you would get different temperaments. So I got wolf brain, prideful, restless animal, and night wolf. You could stop and pause and read exactly everything about those different temperaments. Like I said earlier, I only made it up to a veteran wolf. I could have went ahead and got to apex, but I was like, I'm done. So you can see the different abilities that I have unlocked and the ones that I actually possess. I have 8 abilities and I've unlocked up to the 4th row. So it's like 1 more row I have to unlock. And I ended up having 2 dormant abilities. So that's that. The one at the top, you can stop and pause and read these. The one at the top, it is called Werewolf Empathy, where you could like calm, I don't know if you could just calm other werewolves or even just your werewolf, but you could calm down and pacify your fury meter so you won't be going all crazy and being enraged and stuff like that. And then when it comes to the wolf pack, the wild fangs, I only went up 1 ranking. I went from Omega to Delta, but with Delta you're able to do a little bit more. Now I'm able to like discipline Omega ranks or bring in, you know, more werewolves into the pack and stuff like that. And yeah, so I only really went up not that much, but this is how much I accomplished in 3 hours. So y'all, that is my quick overview of werewolves. I mean, like, not do multiple videos and just put it all in one and shorten it versus going full on detail. I skipped a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I did not show that I did, and there's also a lot more things that I haven't even unlocked or went for enough to even see what happens. So there's still a lot to this pack that I don't know about that you're not going to see from me. Sorry, I apologize. But overall, my opinion about werewolves as a pack, me being a non-occult player, I cannot lie and sit up here and say that I wasn't at least intrigued the full 3 hours that I played. I wouldn't say I was necessarily having fun, but I was at least enjoying myself as I was playing. So it wasn't bad. It's still a lot more to it that I didn't get to explore yet. So it is a good amount of gameplay in it, and details and progression in it that I have not experienced. But I didn't even hit the iceberg of all the things that you can do, because there's still 4 more aspirations. I did get up to my 2nd, but I just got there. I didn't actually start to do any of the activities in that aspiration. So I still didn't even complete all the aspirations. I only completed 1, so it's still a lot more stuff going on. So replayability for me it would be unknown because I'm not a occult player, and I feel like eventually some things would get repetitive, but the outcome of having multiple different type of werewolves by exploring different type of abilities, it makes it replayable and more enjoyable for those who like to play with occults. So if you're a occult player, yes, this is very replayable for you because you find this type of thing fun and interesting. So I would say that. So overall, out of 1 out of 10, I would give Werewolf I'll give it a 7 out of 10 overall. Overall, I was entertained for the 3 times. The 3 times. What? The 3 hours that I played, I was entertained and I enjoyed it. I think I actually prefer werewolves over vampires. The werewolves are really cute. I don't think they was going for that, but they definitely look way better than they did in The Sims 3. And I found that every single animation and interactions that werewolves have, I found them adorable. I found it adorable, which is weird. But anyways, this is the end of this video. This video is probably like 40 minutes, 50 minutes long. I hope not. Hopefully like 40, 45 minutes. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about werewolves. Are you getting the pack? Do you have it? Are you playing along? Did my content and gameplay or what I told you help you decide if you're going to get the pack or not? What do you feel about what you've seen? Let me know in the comment section below. But anyways, go ahead and like up this video if you haven't already, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Follow all those links down below, and I will see y'all in my next video.